and welcome to They Might Be Racing. I'm Tiffany, and today we're going to be taking a look at my project car, a 1969 Austin Healey Sprite Mark IV.
So basically what happened was the wife here got jealous of our daughter and her MG project and said, I want one of my own. And so after scouting around for a little bit, we ran into this little car on Craigslist. You'll see that it's actually a primrose yellow at the moment, or somewhat of a primrose yellow. This car was actually, best as I can determine, originally a BRG car, British Racing Green, but we're waiting on the heritage certificate to come over from the UK to find out the actual specs on it. Now, the 69 Sprite is a, like I said, last year production for the Sprite. There's some one-offy stuff in this car that's specific to the Sprite, but basically it's more or less the same as the MG Midget Mark II or III. It has the 1275 engine in the front with dual SU carbs that are about that big around. They're really cute. And it's got a 4-speed transmission. Now, this is probably one of the more interesting cars that we found here in the Phoenix area. And that is because this is a car that actually has an intact interior, which is something we never see. But it's got rust on the outside, which is something we also don't normally see. So the goal with all of this is, at the end of the day, Tiffany wants a car that she can drive. She wants to learn how to do this. So these videos are both for you to learn as well as for me to be able to sit here and teach. And the best part about the videos is if we're recording, I can't yell at her and she can't swear at me. So we should be okay. There should be no death and dismemberment during the restoration of this particular car. One of the weird things that occurred is that the previous owner or owners started doing assembly in a very strange way. So what we're going to do is we're going to start taking a look at the car and showing you what we're dealing with. The first thing we need to do is lift the hood off because the previous owner unbolted the hood for some reason. So in doing the close walk around of the car, you'll see that the front bright work is intact. You'll notice that the grille is out. You'll see the luxury computer fan cooling system that was added at some point. As we get over the engine itself, again, it's mostly there. You've got the paired SU carburetors, 1275 block, old Smith's heater system. You'll notice a distinct gap of radiator. That's over there on the floor. So, as I said, they started taking this apart in a kind of an odd order. So over here, we've got a late model alternator that's been added on at some point. It had a battery. I think we figured out that the battery is from 2000 or 2001. The dash, as we said, the interior is surprisingly good. Now the dilemma we face is as we start restoring this is how recoverable is the dash and the interior versus just replacing it. You'll note on the floorboards there is a little bit of surface rust, but it's not too bad. The convertible top is in it, but well, it's not really worth talking about. Now here's the interesting thing. So you'll see down here we got a bunch of surface rust. Well, to add insult to injury, we have a bunch. So you'll note down here, you'll see a little bit of body cancer, this rear quarter panel. And you'll also see that, another previous owner did some sanding work along the lines and took a whole lot of random stuff off. If you look really closely, you'll see a little bit of rust bubbling right here on this rear quarter. Basically, the best I can surmise is that this car was stored somewhere outside for a period of time, and either the seal here around the boot, or depending on how long ago this piece was removed, we had water ingress into the trunk over time, and that basically is what's caused what we're looking at there. Now in the boot area, it's not too bad. Those lower quarters will most likely have to be cut out and have fresh bits welded in, but that is really the only major body issue that we see on the car. Now, as with any car that you acquire, you get bunches of stuff. We've got a tonneau cover, various different bits and bright work, buckets of all the lenses, door handles, random straps, metal fans, clutches, all sorts of fiddly bits, a jack for a Honda, the missing door panel, would look to be some extra drums, an extra hydraulic shock, extra fan. It does have the little dog dish hubcap covers, but you can see here this one was damaged at one point in time, so those will probably have to get redone. And over here we can see why the grill was out. It's all been mangled. I don't even know if this had air on it in '69. I don't think so. And more buckets of bolts and things like that. So, basically, what we will be doing is, first step of any auto restoration, when we've got something like this, is always the ironic one. We have to put it back together again. We need to make sure that whatever was taken off of this car in the past, we have all the bits, or at least be able to make a list of all the bits we're truly missing. From there, we'll go ahead and turn around and start doing the process, and taking all this stuff off, refurbing it, storing it away, getting all the way down to the chassis, taking care of the chassis, paint, and build it back up again. And hopefully my wife will get over her camera shyness, and you'll see her more on the videos than me, because she's a lot prettier to look at. So at any rate, for now, we've got an evening ahead of us of reassembly and sorting through bits. So we'll see you next time. Bye.